The U.S. Supreme Court heard a case today brought by homeless people in Grants Pass, Oregon, that could set a new precedent for fining people for sleeping outside.
Before and during that hearing, there was a housing, not handcuffs rally held in front of the highest court in the country. The rally in front of the Supreme Court was one of several held across the country today, calling for a shift in homelessness policy. Ashley Grams reports what's at stake with this ruling.
It can be easier to ignore all the tents that line the streets in downtown Portland if you're driving. But it's not so simple if you're on foot.
I just kind of watch where I walk and kind of just keep my distance.
Linda Krogh lives near Portland State University.
Of course, I'm old, but watching our streets be full of tents and garbage and people peeing against the buildings, and I mean, it's just not, to me, it's not normal.
On Monday, the U.S. Supreme Court will hear a case that could change how cities like Portland deal with homelessness. The case is Grants Pass versus Johnson, and the court will have to decide if cities can fine or jail homeless people for camping in public.
Well, there's not been a homelessness case that has gone this far through the legal system, ever.
Jeremiah Hayden is in Washington, D.C., following the trial for Street Roots, a social justice nonprofit based in Portland.
So they've started putting in some pretty extreme measures that make it literally impossible to be homeless in Grants Pass without getting increasing fines and then eventually getting kicked out of parks, which then leads to jail time.
The small Oregon town says they need these tools to prevent sprawling encampments.
No jurisdiction, no city or county should be able to make homelessness a crime without providing the kind of shelter that we need in each community.
Chuck Curry is a minister and a homeless advocate who argues the criminal justice system will just make it harder for homeless people to get into housing.
What we need is more affordable housing, more mental health care, and more drug treatment in our community.
The issue isn't whether homelessness is a problem, but how to solve it. And Krogh doesn't think we're any closer to a solution.
You know, I'm old and I don't think it's going to get straightened around before I die. That's how I feel.
Ashley Grams with that story from Portland, Oregon.